Take John, who's a Spurs fan. John, good evening.
Wey, you alright, boys? You alright, Jamie?
Yeah, good, John. Look, we've been having this discussion about fans being reimbursed for poor performances or shocking performances like what we saw at the weekend. Jason Cundy's in complete disagreement with me. He doesn't think you should get a refund.
Jamie, not only are you 100% right, you're 150% right. Jason, I know it's a show, mate, and I know you love to go at Spurs, but you're truly on a wind-up tonight, aren't you, mate? Jason, right. How do you think, for starters, that 20 minutes was the worst ever, as my dad's old man said in his 70 years? How do you think the supporters got there as well? So, in other words, whoopee, they've reimbursed the supporters for their tickets. Petrol money, train money, etc., etc. In fact, would I not even only do that? Footballers these days, every 7 days, 100, 150, 200,000 a week. If they had anything about them, well, I grew up in East London, I would say to the players, right, boys, you know what we're going to do? 10,000 each out of our wages, and on Thursday night, when we play Man United, the fans in the ground can have free drink on us, up to the 200 grand runs out.
I don't know what you're on about, John. Honestly, you're making this up as you go along, mate.
No, Jason, have you
You're
not
making this up.
with reality, mate?
No, John. So what?
What do you mean?
You went to an away game.
It's not a player on a private jet.
John.
Those fans left at 4 in the morning, at 5 in the morning.
John, I don't care, mate. You went to an away game. You got beaten. Ain't the first time, won't be the last.
Jason, as Jamie said, there's ways, mate. There's ways again.
Yeah.
That was truly.
I tell you what, then, John. I tell you what, John. Don't go next time.
What a ridiculous thing to say.
I know, because I'm being ridiculous, so's he.
No, but he's not being ridiculous. He's making a good point. The fans have gone up there. They're leaving at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
They're 5-0 down after 20 minutes, Jace.
Yeah, but, okay.
There's a mentality. There's a way of losing a football match.
Of course. Let me ask you a question, John.
Yeah, go on.
Right? If you've been 5-0 up after 20 minutes, would you have wanted to pay more money to go?
Pay more money to those stars?
No. Ain't to the players. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. It's to the club. Let's get it right. It's to the club. Let's not distort the facts to suit your argument. The facts are the club have given you your money back. Right?
Oh, wow.
Right?
Daniel Levy.
Okay.
Oh, bless him.
Now you're starting to tune in. It's a publicity stunt, John.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay.
Whoopee.
I know, exactly. So now tune in.
The players would have had to agree to it, Jace.
Tune in.
The players would have had to agree to it.
The players got to agree to what? £25 each? Oh, wow. I mean, that's how...
It's not a big deal then. Why is it a problem?
No, it's not a problem. No football club should pay a fan to go to a game if the club has been... I'm sorry, I totally disagree with that.
Jason, you and Jamie both played at the top level, mate, yeah? Both of you. Now, if you put in a performance like that...
I have done, John. I have done. I've been there as a player.
Every week.
Jason, after the changing room...
I have no money left.
Whoever it was for, Chelsea or Tottenham, did any of you in the changing room say, right, do you know what, boys, when you were playing, what was it, the 80s, 90s... Let's go round to the pub, the local pub in Stamford Bridge, and let's buy everyone a drink behind the bar.
John, we're all in this together, aren't we? Either a player, a fan, the people that work at the football club, everyone.
But that's not true, Jason. That's not true.
No, it is
the
true.
players are on 200 grand a week, Jason. These people are going up there to watch their team play.
So now it's about money. Is that what?
Of course it's about money.
Well, if you can't afford to go, if that's the situation, don't go. You cannot be asking the players or the club to refund you.
Because I'll tell you why.
That's
such a bad statement.
Okay, so when was the last time you went to the cinema and you saw a bad film? Do you go, want my money back? That film was garbage.
Actually.
Have you?
Probably.
And how many gave you back?
A lot.
The theatre.
That first 20 minutes,
I just
mate, if any bricklayer, whoever went into work for that day and said, Joe, what, I don't fancy it today, I can't be bothered, here's 20 minutes worth, I'm turning him out, I said, I'm not up for it. You're not going to get paid.
No,
that's disgraceful.
But you go to football matches because you don't know the outcome. You go there as a fan in anticipation.
But Jason, all you want, mate, is the players to run. You can accept a bad pass.
Of course, John.
Romero should never have a shirt on again.
John,
disgraceful.
John, I'm not going to disagree a word you say up to this point, right? But you cannot, and you cannot expect the club or anyone to reimburse because it's a bad performance. So football, we say it's entertaining industry, right? Right. So if you want to be entertained, go to a theatre, go to a cinema, watch EastEnders, watch Coronation Street. Right? The thing about football is you go to that game, you do not know what you're going to expect. So let me ask every Newcastle fan right now, would they be prepared to pay an extra £25, every one of them, not one of them, every one, to what they saw? Right? Because every time they perform like that...
No, that's not the case, Jason. It's the mentality of the football players when they walked on that football pitch that the players was unacceptable.
It sometimes happens, Jay.
There's a way of losing, Jason. You get beat 4-5. Of course. You can get beat. Yeah. I've been beat terribly.
So have I.
But if it's effort and you're going out there with a passion and a desire...
It was terrible.
And you get beat by the better team, you get rolled over, fine. You can accept that.
It was terrible.
What you can't accept, being 5-0 down after 20 minutes and the players not caring.
I agree.
And didn't care about.
I agree.
Didn't care about the fans. Didn't care about their own performance, their own desire to go out there and play
Jay,
football.
All of the above
is a gesture to say, right, that wasn't acceptable, and we're going to pay you back because how we approached that game, how we approached that weekend was not fit to be a Tottenham Hotspur player.
It's a publicity stunt. The club are it is.
Right, we got a break. We're having a discussion.
Let me ask this one question. Right?
Go on.
If that was at home, and every fan. Imagine if that was 7-0 down after 20 minutes. Would they reimburse every single fan at Spurs that paid their money, season ticket the well? No chance. You know why? Because they couldn't afford to.
It's because they're up in Newcastle.
There you go.
Jason,
see it for what it is.
It's not just the ticket, it's the travel, it's the expenses, everything that's rolled into it. So it's a gesture. I'll tell you what, that was unacceptable. One thing we can do is give you some money back for the tickets paid.
Well, let's hope they don't get smashed next time they're home, because if they are, they're in big trouble.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.